Can I shoot? I got
Hey.
bags in the coop.
Hey.
Can I shoot? Ow.
Bow.
I know you got your stimmy, Gina.
No, I haven't.
You ain't get no stimmy, dog. It ain't hit your account yet. Moneybag Joe ain't show up for you yet, home girl.
Nah, not yet. I'm waiting.
Oh man, poor you. Well, you might want to go ahead and get out the negative of your bank account. They probably just went to the overdraft fees.
You know what? First of all, you're not gonna be in my business.
Well,
That's what you're not gonna do.
We just want to make sure that you got to clear all that up. You know what I'm saying? Every time you withdraw and don't have the money in it, it take like $25 more, $35 more, depending on what kind of bank it is that you mess with. But whatever, man. Let's just go ahead and get that thing started. Hey, and just because you work from home.
Just because you work from home don't mean you ain't got to wash your ass. Good morning. It's Melanin Espresso.
Do people still work from home? Is that still a thing? Like, is it still? Are we? Gina taking it for rain. You got to see. Yo, come on, man. That's how we do it, bro. How much? Yeah, okay. Look, Gina's got fives upon fives of dollars this morning, man.
You got to put it behind the ones. That's the secret. This what my daddy told. That's what the pimps tell you. They tell you to put the money, the real money, behind the ones. Only show the ones so they won't rob you. They think you got all ones.
Bro, what you? All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into it then. Well, good morning, everybody. I'm obviously your boy Vince Taylor. This is
Gina G.
And this is obviously Melanin Espresso. We ain't did that in a while.
We ain't did that. I don't even know which way to go no more. Yeah,
we done evolved. We don't even much do that no more. You know what I'm saying? But one thing we definitely do, we need to go ahead and spend this stimmy on a budget for the production. Hallelujah. So we don't got no more internet issues, background issues, green screen issues, mic sound issues. Bruh, this stimmy is out here, bruh. Just so those of y'all that don't know, over the weekend, you may or may not have had a little deposit in your account. Hallelujah. Because you had this little bill. You know what I'm saying? And now, because they out there working in Congress to put money out into people's actual bank accounts, we got people out there that is balling out of control for no reason, Gina. I don't know if I really subscribe to all of this. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's weird because like we already at the midst of tax season, right? So we already got people like you out there just spending money on things you probably ain't got no business spending money on. I know Gina went out and bought a whole new house with her.
Come on, I'm out here. I feel the hate through the phone though. I know you want to be a homeowner just as bad as me. I know you own a home, but mine is. Come on, Vince. Come on. You see the windows. You see the windows.
The windows. Oh man, fresh and clean, bro. I see you, man. No love bugs, not nan in sight, bro. Big deal, man. And you like okay. So those of y'all don't know, you're supposed to get $1,400 per person within your household that has a social security number. So, you know, and got claimed on the taxes and all that. Just make sure you're responsible with the money because Moneybag Joe ain't gonna be around forever giving out this money. I don't know if you knew Moneybag Joe was out there like that. You know what I'm saying? We done went ahead and dubbed my man Moneybag Joe. You feel me? Because he is out here not playing with the hood, homeboy. Just get it in, my friend. What you gonna spend?
You know what? They wrong for this. Now they is wrong for this.
Why?
Did you see Joe with did you see the one where he got the whole Newport outfit on?
No.
He got an outfit. It's just Newports. It's the Newport box. He just with the cornrows.
Nah, man. I see it all.
This is ridiculous.
They out there, the internet is showing out for everybody. If you don't know, man, he is on the gram stunting. If
Look
you
at him looking like Tchaikovsky.
This just what? Yo, I think it's dope though. Even like some of our most favorite characters out in the world that got that stimmy, then put the money all in their grill, put it around their chain. Hallelujah Vision is getting it as well, man. I'm happy, Gina. I think that this is a good thing for society to finally post some money into the community instead of it always going to the corporate banks and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm here at the bank right now to withdraw my check and put it right on all of my student debt, which I hope they cancel as well. You know what I'm saying?
It looks here, Vince Taylor, that which account is it you want to put it in?
The one
with a little bit of money or with a lot of money?
Whatever, man. You don't hate. bruh. Though,
Let's
hey,
put it in the one with a little bit of money. Let's put it in the one with the $22.76. We gonna put that on that account, sir.
yo, whatever, man. You probably still share your mama bank account. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I just got off of that. I don't need the judgment. Okay, she just took me off her insurance and everything. I was going to the same doctor. I was like, you know what? Let me get grown. Let me get grown and get my home.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But I do think this is good, man. Do you think that we gonna show out with this, man? Do you think that this money we gonna have until summertime is this gonna last us, man? Or we went out and bought a TV with it? We put rims with it. Did we invest it? What should we do? I think we should put some of this in stock. Put some of it aside. You know what I'm saying? Like, be smart with the money.
You right, but they not. Just, I mean, you're an activist, Vince. You know what I'm saying? And you are always down for the brown.
Yeah.
No, they're not. No, you can get hair on consignment. You can get a grill. You can get teeth. Okay, I just seen a girl say that she put down $300 deposit and paid payments on her teeth. Do y'all hear me? Folks about to be out here looking like Steve Harvey. We're gonna have hair. We got rims. We got renter rims. Now you do have people that will invest in a little Bitcoin. It's some people that's smart. That's like, let me take $2 and go ahead and get me a share. Sure. You know they're gonna get one share. They gonna get one shirt. They only know about one company to shirt in. That's like Walmart. So I'm hoping that people do well with their money, but I kind of think that it ain't gonna happen.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm glad that you at least was smart enough to go ahead and put that down payment down.
You feel me?
Go ahead and get that 3-bedroom, 2-bath cardboard box.
You see the yard? Do you see my yard? No. Do you see my yard? No.
The front and the backyard is on fleek. Is on the fleek, as the kids say. Yes, that father, we do not say on the fleek anymore.
But I like being on the fleek.
I like to be on the fleek.
I like to be on the fleek. Yo, I seen that movie 3 or 4 times, y'all, and I'm in love. Lord have mercy. Let's just forget the last episode, cause I am in love. Okay?
Yeah,
it's so stupid.
To be loved. Yeah, well, that's not all that's going on, man. Joe being in the money bags and Vision getting his grill straight is not the only thing happening out there.
No.
Those y'all don't know. I mean, we'll real quick touch and give our love if it's okay. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even much watch this, but we'll give our love to the queens last night for showing up, showing out. We got Meg the Stallion, the professor of WAP itself, getting the best rap song award, standing by the queen herself, Beyonce, who broke records last night.
She did. Yes,
when she made it to, I think it was 27 or 28 Grammy nominations or Grammy wins. This is a big deal in the culture. Gina, what say you?
I mean, no, in real life, it is. We all thought that, of course, Lauryn Hill with her 8 that she held almost 20 years ago. Yeah, Lauren, we talking about you. We thought Lauryn Hill was it. But y'all, Beyonce is, I'm telling you, it took me a long time to really fully stop lying to myself about the hatred that I have for Beyonce.
Right.
So now that I am honest with myself and I'm out of counseling, I really love Beyonce. I'm very proud of Beyonce. Her knees are still magnificent. We are in the same knee category. So I respect anyone that can still bust it at 40 because it is hard out here. So Beyonce gets all the props. Meg Thee Stallion is one of my favorites. Look at that dress. Yeah. Oh my God. She looks so classy outside of the WAP video. So this is great, man. This is a great time for the, I want to say community. Great time for the culture.
Hey, shoot. Meg belong to some community. You know what I'm saying? Up there looking like.
I don't live over there.
She even if it's the good knee community, the make it drop community, the WAP community, Meg up there looking like a sexy ass tangerine. I see a little boo boo. Let's go ahead and get it. And I don't know if you peeped this, but did you see one Jay-Z in the audience?
I did not. Is his hair growing? Let's see.
He looked like a full-grown pineapple. Hallelujah.
Let me
But I ain't even mad at it because it looks good on him. There you go, right there. There you go. And the cool thing about it is that is monumental in itself because I don't know if you remember this at all, Gina, but back in the day, Jay was like, look, bro, Grammys, what Grammys? I ain't going to no Grammys.
Yeah.
Y'all actually boycotted the Grammys
Yeah.
a while back. But he said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just stick in there for the culture because I'm better doing good from the inside than talking trash from the outside. I don't know
For
if
my
that's
wife.
You
For
think
my
that's
wife.
Oh,
Because she told him while she was getting dressed, I don't care what you said a few years ago, sucker. You better put that tux on. Okay, put Blue Ivy in the bed and Siri and Deary, whatever their names is, and you better come on here to this Grammy. That's what you gonna do. So don't think that Jay-Z had a change of heart and, oh, guys, I'm gonna support you. No. Beyonce said, I got hot sauce in my bag, swag.
Oh, yeah.
And he got up. And he got up.
I didn't think about it like that, man. You think that he actually showed up because he succumbed to the pressure?
Oh, I know it. Oh, I know it. Oh, I know it. Oh, I know it. I'm married, sir. I'm married. All married women right now, you already know. You already know that she gave him that look. Like, your clothes is on the bed. Why you ain't put clothes on?
She picked it out for. I truly believe this, G, that Jay-Z did not pick his hairstyle. I think that he is being forced, coaxed, or possibly held hostage. And she's like, look, boo, I know you do the little bald head thing, the little low cut thing from back in the day when you was that little skinny dude on the boat. But now you with me, boo-boo. And we ain't gonna have that same style. I need you to go ahead and give me that all natural look. I want me some what they call it, free form coming about that.
And that's what he did. That's what he did. He laid down and went to sleep.
Yeah, because he got limited time before that head start to look, like Too Short head, whatever.
Ooh, speaking of Too Short, let's talk about Kirk Franklin real quick. I don't know how Too Short and Kirk Franklin. Just know that. I don't know how. Wait a minute. That wasn't a good segue. I'm sorry, Vince. I didn't mean to cut you. Because I thought about it. I said, wait a minute, Gina. Too Short and Kirk Franklin. But Vince, the way he was talking to his son, this just might be Too Short's cousin. I don't know if you know, Vince, but some things went down, sir.
Come on.
Things went down 2 days ago.
Okay.
And what I tell you, preacher, let me hold on because it's coming. Because y'all already know I'm slow. Vince is better than me at this because he got a computer and everything. I ain't gonna judge him. But look at y'all. First of all, let me play this for y'all.
For those of you that think that gospel music has gone too far,
if you think it's gone too far, it ain't went far enough, okay? Here's the conversation that he had with his son.
Okay, if you think I'm bringing this paper, let me say it like this. When your bitch ass starts getting some shit that disrespectful, you need to get your skinny motherfucking ass back out the goddamn way before I put my foot in your ass. Because I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. Shut the fuck up. I'm old.
What's up? I will punch your neck, nigga, if you ever disrespect me. I did it.
Yeah. Clutch your pearls, sir. Because it went down. Kirk Franklin called that young man everything. Do you understand what I'm saying? He called a child of God. Everything but a child of God. Do you understand me? Apparently, you guys, they have had an estranged relationship for years. Okay. Wow. He has tried to get this son counseling and everything. And what he is upset about as well is the fact that he didn't play the part of the conversation where Kurt offered counseling to this man. Like, obviously, something's going. Let me. Here go the apology.
Many of you know I have an older son named Carrion Franklin. In May, he'll be 33. For many years, we have had a toxic relationship with him as a family. We've tried for many years through counseling, through therapy, to try to rectify this private family matter. Recently, my son and I had an argument that he chose to record. I felt extremely disrespected in that conversation, and I lost my temper. And I said words that are not appropriate. And I'm sincerely sorry to all of you. I sincerely apologize. I want you to know as a father that during that conversation, I called the family therapist and got that therapist on the phone to try to help, he never played that part of the recording. I'm not perfect. I'm human and I'm going to make mistakes and I'm trying to get it right. Please keep me.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you're sorry when you're not.
Listen to me. I'm gonna tell you something right now, because he's not sorry, because he banged on that young gentleman and he deserved it to be banged on. Okay. Now, first of all, as a parent, you already know your kids is cray cray. Okay. Now, as a child of Kirk Franklin, there's no way you should have been recording your conversation with your daddy, because you know your daddy is a figure. So obviously you was trying to do some stuff. Okay. And we have another father, because this is good, Vince. We got another father that knows oh too well about this situation.
Bad father he was, and this, that, and that. It's like everybody want to run to the internet and try to destroy somebody's career. I've had kids to try to destroy my image and my career. It didn't work. It don't work. You know what I'm saying? Man, these grown kids ain't no joke. When I tell you the sense of entitlement is real, I'm telling you, man, it's in.
Now, Vince, what I don't like is how he got Kirk Franklin playing in the background, like as if he got the whole Kirk Franklin video in the background while he making this statement. I'm like, Ricky, you doing too much. You doing too much.
know what side he on. Okay.
We know whose side, with the black father shirt on. You see the black father?
Yeah. Don't protest too much. Well, Gina, I don't know if you was going somewhere with this, but I understand what he's saying. Like, oh yeah, kids, calm down. Everything don't got to be a viral moment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you got to always put mom and pop on blast.
Right.
But at the same time, like, that's completely uncharacteristic of Kirk Franklin's brand. Number one. Number two, it was perpetually violent. I mean, he said he's gonna break his neck. I've never talked to my kids that way. I said stuff like, or else. You always give the vague threat, Gina. Like, I don't give the actual, I'm finna beat you.
This boy is 33 years old. He is 33 years old, Vince. You can't just say, I'm gonna do something and don't do it. You got to put your foot, break your hind part, break it off. You understand me? And then he's a son, so I know he's disrespectful. And then his daughter, is, oh my, wait, it's only 2 seconds, but Kirk Franklin's daughter?
So Mary had a little lamb. And exactly, that's another thing as well. One, my father's not a pastor. I'm tired of people here saying that. He's not a pastor. What he is a regular person. What he is human. That's before anything. Before any profession, what he is human.
Mm-hmm. You heard what she said. And we get confused, Vince, because we think he a pastor, because you know what I'm saying, he up there preacher. Kirk Franklin is not a pastor. He's just a DJ selling gospel music. So we got to remember that. Okay, Kirk Franklin is another one. That's it. That's it.
Come on,
He's
man.
not a pastor. So I just want y'all, I had to bring that forefront, because I really feel like it's a big deal, because Kirk Franklin is such a pillar in his gospel community and like you said, in his brand. But VT, you can talk to your children like that. You don't think your kids is up there recording you. Now let somebody go out there and act up. You gonna tell them you gonna break your foot off and they behind, but you don't know that they up here recording you so they can get your, they setting up your demise. It was wrong. And I don't think Kirk should apologize to us. If he felt some type of way, he should apologize to his son, not to us, because all the black parents is over here with their belt. Like, yes. Do you want a revolution? Woo, woo. I said, do you want a revolution? Woo, woo. I mean, I'm about to go in my son's room when this is over and just start beating him for no reason. Just, whoa, whoa.
You think that's how Kurt whoop his kids? You think he'd be like, it's gonna be a brighter day. But daddy, stop! I give you something, because you remember when it said in the Bible, honor thy father and mother, or he might put that foot in thy ass. I remember that verse. That was in Exodus. So we want to make sure we keep that alive. I don't have a problem with people being, I don't want to say aggressive, but forced disciplinary towards their kids. But there's a line for me, you know what I'm saying? And when you start threatening violence that's outside the realm of corporal punishment, as they call it, I just think it gets a little weird. And you always got to assume that, especially for a grown kid, that they gonna put you on blast. They want them likes, they want them views, they want them followers. You know what I'm saying? So
you
just
must have
keep
grew
it,
up with some white cousins or something. You must have grew up with some white people in your house, because
I did not.
I'm gonna tell you right now, my mama did told me she was gonna break her foot off several times. You
Now
understand?
listen, the thing though, Gina, because that happened to you don't mean that it was right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying, I got told those things.
I turned out just fine. Mama, go on, whoop me, mama.
Yeah, you and your $46 over there that you
You gotta flip it over.
Look, sometimes we fall into this trap of thinking that because we have certain childhood memories, that those are correct because we have happiness within them. And I just think that sometimes it's up to us to break that cycle. You know, I come from a home that was extremely religious, that was very, very, I don't want to say strict. And I have made a conscious effort to not expose my kids to that same type of household, because I don't want them to feel that they have to be a certain way in order to be accepted by this household. You can be who you are, and you will not break the rules. But I don't want to say, oh, well, I grew up this way, so that's how my kids gonna grow up. You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
Yeah, no, I definitely dig that. I'm doing all the opposite of what my parents did. Like all the opposites of what my parents did. But I'm saying though, I did get beat. And I am all right. I do have a couple $100 and I got a roof over my head. I'm out here in these streets.
You doing good.
Don't do Kurt though. But for real, seriously though, that's his life. So for his son, for real, to kind of just put like their personal business on blast was kind of like, come on, man. And his sister even said it, like, there's more to that interview, but she was just like, you know, I took advantage of the opportunities that were given to me. Right. Sorry that you didn't take advantage of them, and now you want to just basically put dad on blast. But bruh, you've been messing up. So obviously there's some going on in that household or whatever. But he's 33 and he shouldn't be living at home. But there's something going on in that household or whatever. But Kurt, beat your kids. I'm okay with it. Do you want a revolution? Whoop, whoop. Do you want a revolution? Whoop, whoop.
Hey, yeah, well, look, Kurt ain't the only one saying stuff and getting caught on camera, bro. There's other people out there that's saying stuff on camera and or didn't even know that they was being taped or whatever. But this one right here is a little more awkward. You ever been to a high school game and the announcer was I don't know, racist?
Back here live after the
It was just before tip-off in the high school girls basketball tournament near Tulsa, Oklahoma. But when members of the Norman High School team began to kneel, the announcers sounded off using racist and explicit language, not realizing they were speaking into hot mics.
They're kneeling. I hope they lose. Gonna kneel like that? Hell no.
The announcers were not part of the school district, employed by an outside group which announced an investigation Friday.
Okay. So he called them some effing N-words because they kneeled silently. They didn't storm the Capitol, you know, they didn't, touch any police officers. But he called them effing N-words. And then that was bad enough, Gina. That was bad. This dude said some extremely foul, racist stuff. But the nerve of him to come out and not apologize, but blame his rant on diabetes.
Don't you blame it on the sugar. Don't you blame it on the sugar. Don't you blame the sugar for this.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm sorry to say, but it is 100% true. This dude came out and had the nerve to try to blame on his thing, bro. That is not don't you come out here trying to bring diabetes into it. Like the diabetes did not say anything. Look, racist people aren't racist. Diabetes makes people racist. No, bro, don't come here trying to shut
Diabetes.
It was you, homeboy. It was you. This was real. Like, this dude legit came out in a press statement, Gina, and said, I made some statements that can't be taken back, but I had blood sugar and it was high. This is a direct quote, Gina, for a dude who is trying to blame on his racism. Listen to this dude out here talking like, I will state that I suffer type 1 diabetes. And during the game, my sugar was spiking. While not excusing my remarks is not unusual when my sugar spikes, that I become extremely racist. Oh my God, that's so much I want to say, man. And that's the part that I think is so stupid, Gina. He actually made like a full press release, which he says, look, I know it looked like I'm racist, but at the end of the day, while the comments I made certainly would seem to indicate that I am racist, I am not, and I've never considered myself to be racist. I may use the N-word every now and then, and I definitely don't like Negroes, fictional, F-words, but I'm not racist. In short, cannot explain why I made these comments. Well, I can tell you why you didn't make these comments, why it wasn't because of
Diabetes.
It's because you're racist and you're just now learning.
Do you want a revolution? Woo, woo.
Yeah, I think we need to introduce Kurt Franklin to this dude right here because he clearly doesn't know how racism works. And you are making Wilford Brentley freaking flip over in his grave as you're trying to malign him for being racist just because he has diabetes. Bruh, get over yourself. I mean, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? But I got who do you think you are for somebody else?
No, we are, yeah.
Yeah.
This dude right here, I'm very saddened by this this coach or commentary or whatever the hell he may be. It saddens me because these kids, they have to hear this. Like they had no idea. It was probably black kids talking to them, black kids high-fiving them on the way out, and all the while you gonna call me N-I-G-G-A.
Right.
Because I'm kneeling for something. Like, when is it ever gonna be understood why people are kneeling? Like, are we ever going to understand what it's about? Like, I just don't get how people are so stuck.
Yeah.
Like they're stuck, man. Yeah. And for this guy to blame the sugar for his racist remarks is the most stupid. Like, it's like they think we're dumb.
Right.
It's like they think that black people are so dumb that we're just gonna say, you know what? My grandmama called me a nigga every time she got that diabetes. Every time she need a piece of hard candy to get her sugar back, you know what? She do call me N-I-G-G-A. Sir, you and Mr. Papa John's, who over here trying to get the N-word out of his system for 10 months. Who takes 10 months to get? First of all, you need to put all these folks together with a pepperoni pizza and let them just have their whole little life. Because I'm about sick of this racism. Hey, do you want a revolution? I'm just about to just.
Yeah, man.
I'm done, Vince. That's sad. No, for real.
Man. He gonna lose his career. He gonna lose his life, probably. I mean, I'm not life, like, I don't mean like by threatening. I mean, with diabetes and everything.
He might with the insulin shot. Because I'll go over there and hide all his insulin. Keep messing with me. This is what people don't understand. Y'all want to fight these people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to shoot them. Go to his house, steal all his insulin. Steal all his strips. Come on. Test his blood. Okay, steal all his test strips. No, Vince, for real. We're going to where he at, Vince? Where he at? Because I'm about to go steal all his test strips.
He's in a place called Norman. And I know exactly what that is. But now I'm looking at anybody who I see pricking their finger, checking their blood. I'm like, oh Lord, we got this racist dude with diabetes. Got to do something to somebody in here. So I gotta, man, let's please if we can exit this dude. But anyway, the moral of that story is please, if you are diabetic, see a counselor to help channel your outside racism so we can keep that inside the insulin shots and not outside on the microphone. Hallelujah. Anyway, keeping it moving, man. In addition to racism being amok, not only are we dealing with people who are getting mad at young ladies who are kneeling at games, but we got people who mad because they still think that the election was stolen. So now they out here just putting all kind of unnecessary laws in place just to make sure we can't vote the same way we did last time. Completely crazy, man. Look at this, man. Just because Georgia done went blue and a couple other places that went real hard from the right, now all of a sudden these made up laws got to come and fix this made up fraud that never really existed. I don't even understand why this is happening right here.
State Republicans in places like Georgia, where former President Carter has spoken out tonight, are working to restrict voting. NBC News reporting it this way, quote, voting rights experts and civil rights groups have argued the movement adds up to a national assault that would push voters of color out of the electorate and that federal voting rights protections like H.R. 1 are badly needed to ensure equal access to the ballot box. In fact, the Brennan Center has done the math. There are over 250 bills under consideration in 43 states, all but 7 of these United States, that would make it harder to vote.
You know you messed up, right? You know you messed up. You know you messed up, right? Because you know, whenever you sit here and try to make it harder for black people to vote specifically, that's like poking a hole in a beehive. Because we be like, oh, like a lot of black folks be like, look, man, I don't really vote like that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't even cool. But then you start telling us we can't vote, or you going to make it harder for us to vote? Oh, no, boo-boo. We finna go ahead and show up, and we finna show out. And you really messed up because now you have awoken a sleeping giant, one of which I would say ain't been asleep this whole time, because he actually has been out there amidst the people doing his thing, as you've seen him on the cover of Time magazine. Hallelujah.
Yes.
One of the most influential people. My man right here is not playing around, doing it big. Even though I ain't gonna lie, we did describe him, as somebody who's on my radio. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and let my man.
Long as he ain't got diabetes. Long as he ain't got the beaties, we can bring him right on in.
Got the sugar bag. He ain't got it. He ain't got it. But what he does have is, along with the folks that he's told his plight to, including Samantha Bee, who did give this brief bio.
And Desmond Meade is one of those people. A recovered drug addict released from prison in 2004, Desmond has since put himself through college and law school. Show off. But unfortunately, he lives in one of the only states where you're banned from voting for the rest of your life, which in Florida could be up to 15 more years.
Now check this out, man. My dog is on his game. One of the most influential people. I had the pleasure of working with him myself, and he has been in front of every single news outlet that needs to hear this. But I want to just play this real quick because this is near and dear to me. Before we bring him in, just listen to how important it is for him to vote and what his experience was like the first time he was able to actually vote after getting Amendment 4 passed, allowing 1.4 million returning citizens to actually help usher in a new voting season.
I don't think this is nothing compared to what our people faced, right, when their lives were actually threatened by the state-sanctioned violence, being hung and being murdered and burned and bitten by dogs and sprayed with fire hoses. That our people went through that. We had people die on the battlefield so we can vote, and so when I walked in there, I realized it wasn't just voting. And if nothing else, man, it tells me that you got to put some respect on my vote. You don't just get my vote for free. You don't get my vote because I'm black, and you don't get my vote because you have a D next to your name or R. You don't get my vote, period. You have to earn my vote because too many people have died for me to have the right to vote back. Too many people have fought here in the state of Florida to pass Amendment 4 for us to just give it away to anybody. You don't just get it like this is something that is sacred. I don't think...
Sacred indeed. My man Desmond Meade, the only man I know who's smart enough to put himself through law school, but silly enough to put sugar on his grits.
Yeah,
bring him on in, man. What's up, Des?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, Vince?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Listen, you can't be flip-flopping now. You just got through telling Gina that it's a need to break the cycle, right? And here you are not willing to break the cycle, right? Just because it's been that way in the past, that don't mean that it's okay now.
No, bro. No.
And so if you haven't put sugar on your grits in the past, it's time for you to break the cycle, my brother.
Every time.
Every time. The cycle.
Gina, you putting sugar on your grits, Gina?
Break the cycle, my brother.
That's the only way to eat it.
No. You do not put sugar on grits. That's sacrilege, bro.
Listen, but Vince, you just got through saying about breaking the cycle. Just because something was okay in the past, don't make it right now. Right?
I cannot.
And so as for me in my house, right, we're putting sugar on our grits.
Hallelujah!
Right.
Look, nah, man. See,
we got to step outside the comfort zone, and that's listen, at the end of the day, that's what sugar on grits represent, right? Because let me tell you something. Before there was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right? People didn't think peanut butter went with jelly, right? They didn't think so. Somebody had to be courageous enough to step outside, right? You got to be courageous enough to step outside of the norm, right? And to walk away from that, well, we've always done it that way. Come on.
Oh my God.
We need to do things different. Even in voting, we need to do things different.
No, bro. No, we need to do things the way the ancestors intended them. And that is not to defile your grits by putting Gina, what are you Gina? We supposed to be on the same team, man. Like, how you just going? Are you serious? Nah.
Desmond, that's all, just know that I know what goes on in your house Saturday morning with the bacon and the egg with the toast and the grit, and then you dip that toast in them grit with that sugar butter, boy, with a little sauce.
Yes.
Nah,
yeah,
bro,
you know what time it is.
Listen, no.
Get your life in.
No, listen. First of all, when you put sugar in grits, it's no longer grits. It's now cream of wheat. Cream of wheat is fine. You can do cream of wheat all day. I'm a big fan of cream of wheat. Grew up in the Midwest. We eat cream of wheat. But what you ain't gonna do is try to convince me that sugar in grits is supposed to be the way it's made.
So let me tell you something, right? Let me tell you something. There's a deeper story here, Vince. When you making this sugar and grits argument, I need you to understand this, right? We just got through talking about voter suppression, right? Mm-hmm. And that how certain elected officials want to go back to the old ways of doing things, right? Right? And what do we say? We say no. We don't want to go back to just because that's how it's been for 400 years or generations upon generations. No, we don't want to say that, right? What we have to, we got to get in that frame, that frame of mind that it is. Listen, we are in 2021. It is time to expand, right? Expand our views. It's time to expand access to voting. It's time to try something new and different, even though it might be scary. You might have some uncertainty, right? It is time for us to be courageous because it is only through our courageousness will we get liberation. Right? You want to continue to be enslaved, right? You're not putting sugar on your grits, or do you want to be liberated, my brother? And I'm telling you right now, liberation is going to call for courageous actions and doing away with the old and bringing in the new.
Serious, like you and what nation?
I'm voting for you. What you want me to vote on, Desmond? Because I'm a vote. Whatever you need me to vote on.
All right, and then both of y'all can sit and have
diabetes.
All together, you know what I'm saying? So y'all want to sit here and do the sugar in your grits, bro. Y'all go ahead and enjoy your sugar in your grits with your.
We have herbs and spices for that, brother. We have herbs and spices for that, right? I'm telling you. As a matter of fact, they got this new phrase going on about decolonizing your diet, right? And in doing so, how you're able to address some of these health issues that arise from using all these processed foods, right? Yeah. And so let's decolonize our diets, and you know what? Guess what? We put some cane juice, some honey on our.
I can dig it. I can dig the cane juice a little bit because that comes from where we come from. But I will never, ever
whoever making them grits is doing it though. Yeah. Whoever making them grits, I'm telling you, it's in their wrist. It's in their wrist.
Whip game proper. Now we talked about the grits. I ain't gonna lie, I did want to show them a little clip with where I had actual physical proof of Desmond putting sugar in this.
We don't put sugar on grits. What? No, Des, we don't put sugar on grits. Man. You know what they call that? They call that blasphemy. All right? Take this to the Midwest, dog. You get kicked out. You get run down.
Etta James, sugar on the floor.
Nah, that's where the sugar should have went, on the floor, not on the grits. Because he took the cap off. It wasn't even enough to just pour. He had to pour he poured a cup of sugar. he just put a heart attack in his grits, man.
But diabetes.
But you noticed in that clip though, Gina, if you looked at that clip, you seen that I was wearing a shirt, right? All right, and that was the shirt for our campaign, Amendment 4 campaign. Say yes to second chances. All right, I'm gonna go back to this sugar on grits thing, right? Because all of the experts like Vince said, no, I would never, ever do that. That could never be right. You know, it'll never. They told me that Amendment 4 would never happen. Right? but a person that is courageous enough to put sugar on their grits, are courageous enough to believe the impossible and achieve the impossible, right? If I wasn't a sugar on the grits guy, I'll probably still be homeless on the streets and not time 100 most influential in the world. So if you want to get there, Vince, if you want to get there, I'm telling you,
the road to riches is grits. The road
to riches is diabetes,
right.
bro. I'm not feeling it, man. I'm sorry. Anyway, well, he did mention a lot, man. And as he is wearing the logo right now, we just want to big up Desmond. You know, grits in proper preparation aside, Desmond has been out here doing big things, man. I am extremely proud that you did not sit on your hands and complain, but got up out your seat, went to the street, and handled your business. Desmond, Gina, just in case you didn't know, has been all over the place, and people are interested in his plight because it's relatable. Most of us have our own vices, and we've gone through things, and sometimes when you get caught up in a system, you decide, you know what, man, I'm just stuck here, and that's what it's going to be. But Desmond was like, nah, man, I'm going to go out here, I'm going to do my thing, I'm going to make sure everybody know that no matter where you came from, no matter what type of lifestyle you led, well, no matter where it is you think you are, you still can have an impact. You can still be a powerful voice if you apply yourself. And Desmond, I'm just curious, man, you have told your story with me, my homegirl, Kristen. A lot of us, we've heard your plight, man, how you got out, you were at the train track, it's very powerful. But since you have been on the move, you have been in front of some very powerful and some very, very, very influential media sources, man. And I'm just curious as to how it feels to be in front of these, so to be on 60 Minutes, bro. Like, that's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get the call or the email, when your agent or manager's like, yo, Des, we just got a call from Bill Bradley or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Are you like, oh, snap? Are you like, yeah, well, of course. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Nah, I'm for a lot of these, I am definitely like impressed, and really just humbled and that I would get that kind of opportunity to get that type of exposure. But then I get excited because that means that there's more people that can hear my story. There's more people that can be inspired, right, to overcome. Because let me tell you, man, people out here, man, we all go through some things. We wake up, we get on social media, we do a lot of smiling and joking around, but deep down inside, there's some things that we all have to struggle. We've seen the piece with Kirk Franklin. Every time you see him, he's smiling, but there's some real serious issues, internal issues that he have to deal with. And I think we all have something to some degree to deal with. And I think that this opportunity to get out there and let folks know that no matter where you are in life, no matter what you're going through, whether you have a title or not, whether you have money or not, that there's still an opportunity for you to do amazing things and overcome those obstacles and have an impact, not only in your own personal life or your family's life, but in the community, in the state, in the country. And if a person who's a crack addict, homeless, and suicidal can eventually become one of the 100 most influential people in the entire world, right?
Yeah.
Then that says that no matter what it is that you're going through or any of your listeners are going through or the viewers are going through, that they too can achieve a lot.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I mean, me personally, Gina, please feel free to chime in at any time. But for me personally, it's watching you with some of the people that a lot of folks follow and are influenced by, and you being the influencer on them. And that's like really dope. Like when I sit here and I look at you on the Breakfast Club, sitting there chopping it up with Charlamagne, you know what I'm saying? And you're schooling him, and DJ Envy on what it is to be, into the movement itself, to actually have that experience. And for these cats, who have written books or are on the air all the time, you like, yo, look, bro, we know it's different, but the only difference is like, I just literally, I don't want to say single-handedly, because what I'm saying, I know you and Neil, y'all a team, and everybody on FRRC is definitely on the team as well. But it's so nice to see that they like, oh, okay, so I can be influential in a political realm as well as in a pop culture realm. So what's it like though when you're talking to Charlamagne and Envy, and whatever.
Once you get over that first hump, as a matter of fact, just last week I did a podcast with Erica Alexander, right? And that was like huge.
Pam.
Erica is the bomb. Erica's the bomb. But
Okay.
the understand, what you come to realize is that the stuff that I was speaking on, right, is stuff that they don't have that authority like I have that authority. You know what I'm saying? And so as a person who has personally gone through that, come out of that, and have led the movement to actually change these conditions, man, there's a level of authority that I could speak on that ain't none of them could speak on. And so I that kind of like emboldened me to be more assertive, and to really make sure that, listen, this is an opportunity to not only school them, but also school their listeners, right? And to energize some folks, because at the end of the day, man, we have an enormous opportunity. And when I say we, I'm talking about particular people that's been marginalized for so long in this country. We have an amazing opportunity to really significantly impact the conditions in our community.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Gina, I know you're just kind of getting put on the.
I do.
But
I am.
if you
But I'm on. Just
What?
know that I'm on, okay? Because he put sugar in his grits, so I'm on.
We right here. We right here.
I don't care what he do, okay? He can go out here and cuss out his son, okay? I don't care. I am for Desmond. But I will say, and it is Women's Month. So I definitely have to speak upon the women. Desmond, I know you have to have a queen or someone around you, because behind every strong man, there's definitely a queen back there stirring up them grits. So
no, Gina, let's fix that real quick. Because my queen don't stand behind me. My queen stand beside me, and sometimes in front of me, Gina, right? Because let me keep it 100. Let me keep it 100. Especially when you talk about this movement, let me tell you something. Women has had the most prominent role. Matter of fact, we go back to Shaka Zulu. When Shaka Zulu was this great king, it was only because he had his mother and Pampata, right, as his two closest advisors, and women ran his corrals or ran his battalions. Understand that, right? And so I know in this movement, man, let me tell you, beginning from the prayer warriors, right? That would every morning, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I got 2 different groups of prayer warriors, women that's on their knees, man, praying and putting covering over the work that we were doing, to the women who I had to lean on, whether it was my wife, who could run circles around me when it comes to organizing, whether it was my sister-in-law, my mother-in-law, you know what I'm saying, nieces and aunts. Let me tell you, at the end of the day, I know when I was weak, it was a woman that I was able to lean on to get through those tough moments. And so, no, they ain't behind me. No.
Well, let me rephrase that, because we can always edit this. So what I'm going to do is rephrase that. Okay, Desmond, yeah, it's Women's Month, so I got to talk about the women that's on the side of you. How is your wife?
There we go.
You already said she got a big role, but please give me a little bit more about what she's doing, and does she eat sugar in her grits? Is really my question.
let me tell you, she has been conformed, but she's a cheese on grits type of person. But you know what? Let me tell you, what I had to do, I had to organize the kids first, and then slowly convert her. But she's converted now.
Okay.
She's converted, and she know if she bring me my grits in the morning, she know what it got to look like and taste like.
Yes.
And then when I bring her breakfast in bed, she know that sugar gonna be on them grits.
It's gonna be on them
grits.
She's
gonna eat it up, and she's gonna enjoy it. But yeah.
Well, wait, I'm gonna ask you. Huh? No, go ahead. I'm sorry. You said my wife. Go ahead.
No, but my wife, man, so let me tell you, and I tell folks this all the time, is that I recognized her when I first met her, who she was, and that was God's gift to me. And let me tell you, one thing I know is that when God chooses your mate, you know what I'm saying, he don't choose what you want, he chooses what you need, right? And a lot of times we don't even know half of what we need. But you know what? It was just amazing how God knew exactly who to bring in my life. And I was, my biggest claim to fame was I was smart enough and humble enough to recognize what God was doing and to accept it and not lean onto my own understanding.
Man, and that's a big deal, man, because I ain't gonna lie. Listen, a lot, Kanye's whole thing. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there. He said, and when you get on, he leave your ass for a what? That ain't happening around here, boy. Because we stay true to our queens. Hallelujah. Everybody on this panel is completely melanated in the household, which I think is something to be spoken of. But we gonna keep that.
My husband don't eat grits though. He don't eat grits.
Well, I mean,
he's from the island. He don't eat grits.
But I'm from the island. What are you talking about? He'll eat it. I'm telling you, you just got to put just enough tablespoons of butter in those grits, just right, and then lay that layer of sugar over the top of when you get ready to serve it.
I tried, but he like codfish and potato. Like he just real. He real. He ain't been here that long, Desmond. That's all. When he been in America, when he been about 15 years in, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce him to the.
What island is he from?
He's from Bermuda.
An island ain't nobody ever heard of. Because ain't nobody ever been to Bermuda. I just play. I love Ty. But the moment he put sugar in his grits, I'm calling Trump, and he ain't even president no more. But he got people in high places, and I'm gonna send him down to
support my baby. Don't you support my baby?
That sounds just about right for Vince. Want to go back to the old ways.
Right.
All right.
Go back.
I need your voter registration card, Vince. Yeah, I need some proof.
Speaking of voter registration, bro, I'm really curious as to what it felt like, man. And I wonder how because you actually dealt with this process specifically. But when you do want to get your rights restored, right, and you have to go through that groveling for the pardon, right? Like, is there a sense of inhumaneness? Like, I feel like it's kind of it's disrespectful to force folks who have already committed to getting, doing their time, doing whatever it is they're supposed to do, to have to go and stand in front of, the governor or whoever, and basically say, yo, look, man, I've changed. I ain't the same man no more. I've gotten things right in my life. Could you please see this? But it's like, yo, I already did my time. You know what I'm saying? Like, why should we have to even ask for a pardon for something that you already have done your time for, where you've already basically served your time? Like, I feel like that part of the process could be next in terms of getting rid of. Now that we have the 1.4 million, in addition to that, we should also have to take away this whole pardoning process for people that have already done, have already served whatever time it is, and they've earned their way back into society. I mean, what do you think?
The policy just changed last Wednesday, where folks who qualify under Amendment 4 would automatically get their civil rights restored. And so they don't have to. That's something that we've been working on. We made some recommendations over a year ago, and we kept engaging with the cabinet and saying, listen, we need y'all to be a little bit more courageous with this clemency deal. And last Wednesday, it was actually voted on and passed. And so now if a person qualifies for Amendment 4, they would automatically get their civil rights restored, which is huge because not only is it the right to vote, but it's the right to serve on a jury, the right to run for office. And those rights also have impact on your ability to get occupational license, on your ability to own or even rent a home, because a lot of homeowners associations would not sell you a house or allow you to buy a house or even rent a home in their subdivision until your civil rights have been restored. And then in my case, I couldn't, even though I graduated law school, I got a law degree, I could not sit for the Florida bar, right, until my civil rights have been restored. And so Amendment 4 gave me the right to vote back, but it didn't restore all of my civil rights. And so with this new policy change, now with all of my civil rights restored, I could actually sit for the bar and I could finally purchase a home, for my family.
That's crazy.
Did you just break news, man? Hold on, man. So am I to understand that the law that I was sitting here talking trash about, you already took care of it?
Listen, step ahead of you, man. That's what happened when you use sugar on your grits, bro. ahead. I'm telling you, when you're bold and courageous, right? And you could, let me tell you for real. Let me tell you, there is so many people in our community that believe that, oh, things would never change. That's how it's always been, right? It would never get better. And then they are trapped, right, into this frame of thinking, right? And because of that, they end up losing, they have no hope. And a person without hope, you might as well just lay down and die. You know, at the end of the day, we've got to have that sugar on grits mentality, brother.
Oh my God.
You've got to believe that things can change, that there is a better way, right? That there is the better ingredient, right? That there is a frontier out there that is worthy of exploring, right? If we're going to stay scared behind the wall and not want to venture out, you know, we want to just stay in our own community and not venture out and see the world and experience the world. How do we expand our horizons? How do we develop and hope? You know, and hope is a powerful thing. You give people hope, man, you in trouble.
Make it rain.
You give people grits and sugar, you in trouble. Look, man, look, you that guy that puts hot sauce on his Frosted Flakes and sits here and tries to tell me, oh, don't me, because y'all sitting there putting
hot sauce on Frosted Flakes.
Like, I don't even know. Yeah, oh, you that's what. Yo, all right, look, I'm over that debate because y'all teaming up and y'all
should be over it. You should be with your nasty salt and pepper and cheese and shrimp and all that shrimp don't go in no doggone grits, man.
So Vince, you see, so the difference is, right? If you notice, I never once told you that how you eat grits is bad.
Come on.
I never once told you that. What I told you was something to expand your horizons, right? That's all I told you. I never said, oh, don't put cheese or pepper on your grits or whatever it is that you. Matter of fact, I encourage you to be bold and courageous and think of other things to put on your grits, right? And I'm just telling you that one of the things that I do is I put sugar on my grits. I'm not saying that your way is the worst way, right? I'm just saying expand your horizons, right? Expand your network. Because let me tell you, seriously, when you look even at racist people, right? And you go to their Facebook profile and look who their friends are. When you see people that are making very hurtful and sensitive remarks, if you look at their friends, 9 times out of 10, all of their friends look just like them.
That's right.
So because they're not willing to expose themselves to people of other races, right? Then what happens is they have a very limited view, right, of life. They have a very limited view of what's going on in our community, and then they have less empathy for things that are happening to people who don't look like them, right? And so we've got to expand our horizons. We've got to expand our network. We've got to become in proximity with people who don't look like us, who may not even think like us, right? But by coming in proximity with them, right, we'll be able to connect. I'm telling you, Amendment 4, when we passed it, you got to remember, we had Democrats, Republicans, independents, white, black, Spanish, young, old, rich, poor, people from all walks of life, all political persuasions voted yes on Amendment 4. Something that people don't see often, but we brought people together and we did something great when we did that, right? But that only comes when people are willing to go outside the boundaries, go outside the norm, right? Get in proximity with people who they normally don't deal with. When you do that, you'll find out, man, we got so much more in common than what we have that separates us.
And Desmond, I will say this, and really quick, Vince, I will say that Desmond is an educated man. He is, the top 100 influencers, but I'm not. So it's nasty when you put shrimp in your grits. It's nasty when you put cheese in it and salt and pepper. So Desmond is politically, but my 200 likes that I get in my 1,000 and 1,500 influence list, I'm going to tell you right now, don't you put no more cheese and shrimps in no grits. Put you some sugar, some butter, a little touch of salt, okay? And get your life, Vince. Get you some toast. Don't even use no spoon. If you got good grits, you can just swallow them. You ain't even got to chew them. I want you to get you some toast, and I want you to dip that toast in them grits right where that butter and sugar sops up, and I want you to make you a grit sandwich and live your life, bitch. Get out here and change the world. You hear me? One grit at a time. One grit at a time.
I'm so mad right now that Desmond has compared putting sugar in grits with the civil rights movement in such a way that you can't even like deny it. You're like, damn, man, I've been all this time, man. I've been denying my ancestors the freedom I should have been because I'm sitting here putting just butter and salt on my grits. And, look, I'm sorry, Mr. Garvey. I'm so sorry, Christmas addicts. I'm gonna do right. I'm gonna do right. Even though Mr. Desmond done channeled his inner Ayanla and tried to fix my life, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I don't know how to deal with this. But I do want to hear this though, Desmond. I'm gonna go there, bro. We gonna keep you all day. I know you got lives to save and bills to pass and all kind of stuff happening today. But I want to know personally from you, and I don't know if you're willing to be truthful, but I want to ask you to be 100% honest with me on this and not don't give me no political answer. You and your boy Neil, who y'all co-star in Miami Rights. All right. We are.
I love that.
Okay, we'll get into that later. But the fact of the matter is, I sat and watched you guys personally during this single-handedly flip the state of Florida, change all the minds that you're talking about, do petition, one person at a time. You, me, I worked with you. We went door to door, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like we was out there in the field sweating. You know what I'm saying? Just literally doing grounds work, the hard labor. And then eventually we got it on the ballot. You got it on the ballot. We, as the team, Restore Your Rights, got it on the ballot. Then it actually flipped and was voted for. But after that, even though there was some requests from the Democratic Party and some people that we were hoping to solicit some support from, didn't really put their foot in it, but afterwards tried to take claim over the success of the passing of Amendment 4. How does that make you feel, my man? Now, don't get me wrong. I know you're a nice guy. Okay.
Like he put sugar on his grits. Duh.
I see the wheels turning in his head right now. Like, man, all right. But keep it 100, bro. This your boy. Like, ain't nobody else. It's just me and you right now, bro. Don't you get pissed off?
No, I didn't. I was more pissed off about politicians sticking their hands in it, right? As far as with the credit, I mean, at the end of the day, the bottom line was that people got help, right? That was it. And then, those who need to know whatever, I led this. I was in charge, right? Because I was directly impacted. So you had a person that was impacted by issue actually leading the issue and not just being a spokesperson or a figurehead, but actually leading that. And those in the know that, hey, that's how it goes. Anyway, God gives the glory, right? But at the end of the day, it was about, man, how many lives can we impact? You want to tell me how pissed off at that? You got to understand. Let me give you a little analogy real quick, right? So you got politicians who every day they walk past this homeless family on the street, right? Through rain, sleet, and snow, and they just keep walking past this homeless family, and they don't ever do anything to help this homeless family out. Then all of a sudden, the community say, you know what, this ain't right. Community comes together, and they decide to build this family a home, right? And the minute they complete the home, you got politicians now rushing to try to dictate how we furnish the home. Right.
Wow.
Hold up, man. Really? The arrogance that you have, that you didn't lift your finger on this issue. You didn't care about these people. You didn't do nothing to help these people out. But the minute that the people came together to help this family out, now you want to dictate what type of furniture could go in the house?
Right.
Really? Yeah. That's the kind of stuff that pisses me off, right? Because, like I told people, like this COVID pandemic did two things, I think, that was so critical. Number one, it shows how voting literally can be the difference between life and death, right? That's number one. Number two, it shows that there is a distinction between a politician and a public servant. When politicians are involved, and I mean politicians, period. I don't give a damn what party. When politicians are involved, people can die. People will die. This country will be divided. There'll be a lot of hatred. When public servants are involved, that's when the community can come together and we have an opportunity to live, right? And there's more love in the air. And this pandemic really showed those two things really expose those two things. And we just have to be, you know, cognizant of that. We need more public servants, right, in our community. And we actually now have the power to put more public servants in office and less politicians. And when we do that, man, I'm telling you that we can have a world where, you know what, that we can be co-hosts on a show, even though one might like to put doggone shrimp in their grits, another one might like to put sugar on their grits, and it might be a disagreement there. But guess what? There's still a bind, that a tie that binds us together in love and mutual respect for each other. That we could talk about each other, but we gonna still love each other, and we still got each other's back when the chips are down. We got each other back. That's the kind of community that I strive to create. That's the kind of mindset that we ought to have, and we need to make sure that we're voting for people who have that same mindset, right? It's less about the politics, more about the people.
And as you say that, I'm touched, man, with your ability to just recognize that the overall greater good is more important than the claim credit, even if it's misappropriated at times or falsely claimed by others. And I respect your ability to discern the difference between a public servant and a politician. But can you discern between shows that are more fun to be on and shows that are not? Like, let's be real, like 60 Minutes is cool, all right? Saying, and I like 60 Minutes, but you had to have a lot of
show. It wasn't fun. It's not fun like how it is right now, bro. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I will take that. But let's be real, man. As a comedian,
for real though. I did something with Roy. You know,
yeah, I know them, dog. I gave you his number.
And that was kind of that was kind of cool. I think that, you know, the thing that I look at the most is what level of impact will the show have, right? And I think that is so important, because I can have a great time on the show, but if it doesn't have the impact that we needed to have with the viewers or you know, the listeners, then, you know, maybe that wasn't that good of a show, you know. But yeah, there's some that are like, you know, if I'm doing Democracy Now!, that is so serious. But I like the ones where you can just really just be laid back. You know, politicians are scared of those type of shows because sometimes something might come out their mouth that they have to backtrack on. But I kind of like shows where it's very laid back. And the interviewer would draw out some stuff out of the interviewee, because I think that people need to see more authenticity, right?
Yes.
And less prepared. Like, I don't like, to be honest with you, I'm not a person that said, well, let me get the questions that you're going to ask, right? No, I like this thing to be in the moment, you know, because if you know what you're talking about, then, you know, just be you. And if you don't know, it's easy to say, hey, listen, I don't really know. That ain't my area. But at the end of the day, those are to me the best shows. You know, lay back, a little laughter, you know, talk about the host hat or something, you know, when he was on Facebook or whatever. Or, you know, and then we could still hit some very serious points, you know, and still get the message across.
Do you put shade in your grits too, bro? When you throwing it around? Yo, since you like doing fun shows, man, it must have been really fun to do a show with your boy Tucker Carlson, right? I mean, everybody loves him. I mean, that must have went well. I mean, could you kind of give us an insight to your? It did. Okay, talk to us.
I loved it, man. Let me tell you why I loved it, bro. Because at the end of the day, you got to understand something. It goes right back to this sugar on the grits thing, bro.
Come on.
Right? Because, like, folks will be like, okay, well, I don't want to go on that show because they don't think how I think, right?
Right.
And so you kind of limit yourself on who you talk to. And I'm totally different. I'm like, no, that experience is great. And by going on this show, you know, I got an opportunity to make some points. And let me tell you the backstory. His own listeners, his own fans jumped on him and said, hold up, Tucker, back up. Those guys are on to something, you know, they're right with what they're saying. That won't happen if I limit myself and think, oh, going on that don't taste right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That ain't how we do things. You got to explore that because it gives you an opportunity to talk to people who may not agree with you. And those are the people, let me tell you, why I keep on preaching to the choir. You need to talk to people who are not necessarily seeing eye to eye and see where there are commonalities or where there's some ties that bind you together. And you would never be able to do that if you limit yourself on who you talk to. That means you limit yourself on who actually can hear what you got to say. And this message is a universal message, bro.
Word. Yeah, man. Hey, you made it believe out of me because I ain't gonna lie. Like, I felt when I saw the Tucker Carlson interview, I was like, man, they doing my dog dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like he was trying to, I mean, Gina, I don't know, I don't think you saw it. But basically Tucker was trying to, and I appreciate your point, Desmond.
I know the type of guy Tucker is.
Yeah, but I mean, he was basically trying to say like, oh, well, you felons, I'm going to have to live in a place where you vote for the people. It's like, well, yeah, we're citizens. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you trying to make it seem like felons or first of all, the classification of felons as if that's all you are is BS. Okay. Because we all are multifaceted. We have multiple titles to our names. So we should not be out here calling ourselves just felons as if that completely embodies us, that term, number one. Number two, when you do have those issues, it's not just your voting rights. You lose the ability sometimes to get that apartment, to get that home, to get that loan, to get that business, to go to your kid's school and participate, to be at a field trip. Like there's things that these kids don't even realize that will impact. Because you had a dime bag of weed in your pocket when you was in middle school that follows you all the way to your deathbed. So for him to sit there and try to make it seem like, and let's be real, like that's the thing you was talking to Katie Couric about, the fact that there was some stupid laws on the books that you don't even know if like there's a dude who released 12 balloons or something like that, and he messed around and that was a felony. And like, people think of felons as people that hold people hostage or you must have robbed a store or sold dope. Nah, this dude just released some balloons into the air, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And so stop thinking of people as all just being completely ignorant. Sometimes there are laws you break, you got a felony for, you ain't even realize it, right, Desmond?
Wow.
Yep. I mean, you walking on the beach with your husband, Gina, and you happen to kick your feet in the sand, and there was some. Just so happened that there was a nesting place for turtles, right? Turtle eggs, right? That's a felony in Florida. Disturbing turtle nesting eggs is a felony. Or you walk on the pier after a certain hour, trespassing on the pier, that's a felony. You trying to get the Wendy's to get you one of them what they call it Dave Burgers, and you walk across the construction site. Right, trespassing on a construction site, 3rd-degree felony. You and your husband go lobster hunting out in the Keys, and you catch a lobster, the tail is too short, 3rd-degree felony. Right, then you go through SunPass, and SunPass racking up the bills, and you don't even know it because they sent the bill to your old address, and you end up getting your license suspended. Right, because even though our Queens lead. When it comes to paying bills, sometimes our brothers got to step up and take over on that piece, right? But the license gets suspended because we don't know about the bill. Driving with a suspended license could be a 3rd-degree felony. Wow. And we had a gentleman, we had a few people that actually couldn't vote for the rest of their life because of driving with a suspended license.
What?
Yeah. So there's a lot of ways that a person, can get a felony conviction that, is not murder, it's not rape, but they do. And at the height, we had over 1.68 million people who couldn't vote in the state of Florida because of a previous felony conviction. That's more people than the population of several U.S. states, right? And definitely tons of countries in the world. And so
that's terrible.
Yeah, Amendment 4 changed that though, and now we do have pathways to be able to participate in our democracy again without having to grovel at the feet of any politician, whether they're Democrat, Republican, or whatever.
And I know ain't no brothers out there getting no felon for kicking no turtle eggs. I know we ain't trying to discover nothing. So I know that ain't none of our felony because as soon as we see something that don't look right, we is going the other way. So I ain't gonna get no felony kicking over no turtle egg. I ain't even know they be on the sand. So you taught me something today.
Whatever,
Now I got to watch out for the eggs. Lord jeez.
Jasmine Gina put turtle eggs in her grits this morning, and she
You
up
know
here
what?
trying
The
to talk
hatred
trash.
is, you know what? The hatred is
This
real.
is real.
The
It's
hatred is
real.
real, Desmond. Do you understand me?
It's
I just
real.
need just free your mind, Vince. Just stimulate your
Yep.
mind and just
He's
make
trying,
a bowl
he's
of
trying to
grits.
come back, Gina. He's
And you
trying
know
to
what?
come
His
back
grits.
because
No, I think it's because his grits. Your grits might not be creamy. You might be eating like some. You might be eating like the thick grits or something. That may be why you upset. But you need to go ahead and cream them things out, sir. Put a little cream in them. You know what I'm saying? So that you can put that sugar and butter on it. But we ain't gonna. I ain't gonna talk
Gina,
about you.
I'm about to call Gina out. Desmond, Gina don't vote. Can you tell her to vote?
Yes, I do. Don't you do me like that, Desmond? Do
well,
not
hey,
let see. That's
that's
because
why
he
you
ain't got
got
no
to
sugar
check
in
his
him right
voter
now.
identification card. Gina,
Vince, you ain't
check
gonna lie
his
on me,
card.
though.
Check his card. I'm telling you. Check
Desmond,
his
I
card.
vote.
Whatever, man. It ain't me, bro.
I vote Desmond. Okay,
I
I eat
know
my
you
grits
do, Gina.
in the morning. I eat my grits in the morning, and then I
Yep.
go out and I get my vote on.
But
Okay.
see, but this is what I'm gonna need from you though, Gina. Let me tell you, right? So you seen the Grammys last night, right?
Yeah,
a little bit.
Right.
Mhm.
And so, who's your favorite artist, Gina?
Oh wow, I'm gonna give it to Beyonce right now.
All right, all right. So once you was hating on her, but then now you love her, right?
Yes, sir.
Beyonce right now is coming to Central Florida, right? To throw a concert. Are you going?
Yes, sir.
You going by yourself?
Yeah, probably. I don't know nobody.
You
Everybody
gonna go
don't put
by
sugar on their
yourself?
grits. Yeah, everybody don't put sugar on their grits. My husband will probably be in the car. He might be in the car. He'll
You'll be
wait
in the
for me.
car.
Yeah, he'll walk me up to the gate and everything. But
Yeah, but what if it was Tank that was coming? Would you go?
Mm-mm.
You wouldn't go see Tank?
Nah, I go see Bruno. Let's give me Bruno Mars. Okay, just give me Bruno.
You like Bruno Mars?
Yeah, I'll go see his
I'm
little
trying
five.
to get to a point here, Gina. You ain't working with me.
I'm sorry.
Listen, would you go see Bruno Mars?
Yes.
Right? Which one of those male artists who just make you melt and you just got to go see them in concert?
Michael B. Jordan.
Bruno Mars?
Yes.
All right. So are you going by yourself?
Nah, I'll bring my husband to that one. I'll bring
All
him to
right.
that one.
What about your girls? Would you bring any girl for that?
No, because then that's competition. I got to get Bruno. No. Because now he got these choices. He don't need all them choices. He don't know.
But you bringing your husband. You're not gonna
either
go
me
by
and him.
yourself.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So the point I'm trying to make though, Gina, is that I appreciate the fact that you vote, right? But you said that you go vote, get it done with, right? What we need to do is voting need to be more of a group thing, right? We need to not just vote, but we need to take our friends to vote, right? I promise you, there's probably at least 10 people that you know that are registered to vote that didn't vote, right? And we can't go voting by ourselves, right? We got to make it a party. And that means that we got to get our girlfriends, our cousins, our nieces, our girlfriends, baby daddy, baby mama, whatever. And we need to take a group of us. Don't go vote by yourself, because when we vote in groups, we become even like 5 times as powerful, right? And when we do that, because you got to remember that a lot of these folks that are in office, they look at who vote, right? And based on who vote is going to tell them what they need to put priority on, right? And when we could actually show up in great numbers and we bringing people to the polls with us, then our issues become priority issues, or have the potential to become priority issues, and we can exert more influence over policies that are implemented in our communities.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Don't vote by yourself. That's at the end of the day. That the point I'm trying to make is when it's something good and fun, we want other people to be able to celebrate with us. We want people to be able to experience that moment with us. We don't go to Disney World by ourselves. We don't go to Universal by ourselves. We don't go to concert by ourselves. Then we should never go to vote by ourselves. Let's take people with us. It's something worth celebrating.
Word. And that's a big
was
deal,
so
man.
good.
And Desmond doesn't go to Miami by himself. He takes his boy Neil Voss, and they go out there and they do things the right way with Miami Rice. Yo, I thought this was real fun, man.
Great,
and I thought that Samantha B did you right. Out of all of the interviews I've seen you do, man, and the ones that I've seen you up for, this one looked like it was a lot of fun. I mean, was that planned? I mean, I'm just curious. Before we let you go, bro, because we spent a little more time than I expected, but we had to soak up all of this time with the homie Desmond. Like, was that pre-planned? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did that whole production thing work out?
I didn't know. Cool. Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. I just rolled with the flow, man. You know, and I'm telling you, it was not only was it fun, but she also helped us in collecting a lot of petitions. Nice. They actually created a website, a web page, just for the purposes of getting petitions collected and signed. That was extremely helpful. But yeah, that was pure, like, yeah, on the fly. We had some kind of idea of what was going on. We went down to we shot in New York and we shot in Palm Beach, West Palm Beach, actually by Mar-a-Lago. Yep.
Nice.
So thought that was a fitting to do that. But it was a very I would say exciting experience. And we definitely appreciative for Samantha B for the exposure that she really gave. You know, of course, and then you've seen the piece. Did some things with John Legend as well.
Yeah.
John is like a monster. I think he got another Grammy last night too.
He's amazing.
You know,
he's amazing.
Yep, he's really EGOT for real. You know, and I'm gonna put an extra letter next to his name too because he's a champion of the movement. You know.
Yeah, he is.
But yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing.
And I saw what you did with Michael Vick too, bro. And that was pretty dope. Gina,
that was dope. Meet his family and all, bro. That was dope. And then he got the vote, man. You know, he got the vote, and we got the word out, man. And I'm hoping that I could do some things with him, and hopefully, you know, maybe even LeBron or something. I don't know. Just trying to get the word out, man. Just, you know, I think that's so important. Vince, before I leave, I got to tell you about this right here.
Yeah,
my man. You see that?
Yes. Go ahead. Bring it on in. Now, let's go ahead and get you the soul
right
screen.
There you go.
Yes.
Let my people vote, man. That right there.
At?
Huh?
Let me get my copy, bro. Let me get some ribs, some grits, and a book on the side. Hallelujah.
You know what? I tell you what, it'll be sitting right next to a bowl of some grits with sugar on it. Right? As soon as you finish it, you can pick that autographed copy up. So we got to definitely connect on that. But no, it's this book really talks about my journey from being in front of those railroad tracks and some very intimate moments in my life when I was down and struggling and on those moments, those inspirational moments that led me to higher stages all the way up to where we passed Amendment 4. And so definitely, Gene, you got to get your copy of it too.
I am definitely. Does it have pictures in it, Desmond?
Yeah, and audio.
You know what? No, let me just get you the audio version.
Yeah, there you go. Come on. There you go. You already know me. See how you learned me?
I did it. Listen, it is a very easy read. These ain't one of those books that be trying to make people sound like, you know, like they all got a PhD in whatever ology there is. This is a very down-to-earth, plain and simple book that keeps it real, keeps it authentic. And then even on my audio, you're gonna hear my voice.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So I'll be speaking in your ear.
A trustworthy Sugar Gritsman. I definitely get the audio.
Before we let you go, Des, man, first of all, thanks again for being here, man.
And
you definitely showed that you're a man of the people. We definitely gonna cop that book. I'm down. I'll see you the Cash App right now. We might need to put that handle on there as we speak. But as a man who was voted Time Magazine's one of the 100 most influential people in the world, alongside a lot of crazy famous folks and crazy influential folks, what is your political, or should I say public service future looking like, my man? Is there any potential for any running for any office, for any Congress, for any seat, any House membership? What's going on, man? Keep it real. Break news.
I mean, there are all options that's on the table right now. What's most important for me is that we, you know, are taking advantage of these new clemency changes and just getting people registered to vote. You know, right now it's over 200,000 returning citizens or people with previous felony convictions that are registered voters here in Florida. But guess what? There's still 1.3, 1.1 million more people that needs to get registered and get their fines and fees taken care of. And so, you know, I think the number one focus right now for me is how do we get the word out and expand democracy, create a more inclusive democracy for people, regardless of what their political preference or the color of their skin. We just want American citizens to be able to look at voting as something that they aspire to do instead of something that they feel like they have to do, right? And we want everyone to really have that opportunity to be a part of that process. And so that's where I'm at right now. Not saying things won't change in the future, but guess what? You'll be the 10th to know.
Hey, I'm on the list.
You on the list.
You see me count the fingers, right? Yeah, you be about the fifth. About the fifth to know whatever.
Yeah,
if anything changed, but no. Number one right now is just really handling people, giving out PPE equipment throughout the state. We're giving out masks, sanitizers, as well as information about registering to vote and signing up for fines and fees.
That's a big
This
deal.
has been
Well,
so amazing. I just want to thank you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Vince. I just want to say thank you. I mean, we on the level. We here, Vince. I don't got to say too much to Desmond. Okay, me and Desmond, we right here.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we here.
Show the book one more time, Des, man, so we know where we can get it. You know what I'm saying? And
Let
make
my
sure
people
everybody.
vote.
Yes,
you can actually get it on Amazon, but you can go to my website, desmondmead.com. Also order it. We got a couple African American bookstores there. Mahogany Books, I believe, is one that you can order the book from as well.
My man. All
Take
right,
away the
cool.
dot. It's just Desmond Mead.
Oh, my bad. Oops. I mean, that's what I said. Desmond Mead with no dot.
Hey, blame it on the cheese, man. Not the diabetes. Blame it on the cheese.
Thank you. It was the
All
cheese.
right, man. Whatever, man.
His head up.
Well, we just want to say big up,
Yeah, the
Desmond
cheese
Mead, man.
fries.
Thank you so much, bro, for joining us. Sorry, we went a little longer than expected, but we couldn't help it, man. We enjoyed you and we're having a good time. Hopefully you did as well. And we look forward to seeing what else you bring to the table, man. And please do not hesitate to reach out whenever we can, or me, myself personally, if somebody's, you already know, bro. I'm here, man. And thank you for extending that invitation for the most recent event as well, man. I'm looking forward to doing even more. And Gina too, even though she's in another state.
Much love, Gina.
Much love. Ain't nothing but love. Ain't nothing but love right here.
Whatever, man. Y'all take y'all little grits and go
Every
somewhere.
Saturday morning, I'm gonna think about Desmond eating some grits and making the meal
there you go.
with his wife,
Whatever,
who is in front of him. I love this. This was a great
Right.
interview. I'm so appreciative. I cannot wait to let the world know that I have spoken with the great Desmond Mead, and you've encouraged me and you sparked me. And I just want to thank you.
All right, man. Desmond, we'll let you go ahead and get your breakfast game.
Y'all. I am out.
Appreciate you, man. Take care, bro. That was the homie Desmond, man. He stuck around. He was here forever. I know that got a little long, but appreciate y'all for hanging along for the ride. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like we were doing really good with our time, but I had to go ahead and talk to the homie Des, man, because he's so impactful and so powerful. How he recognized your power as just an individual. You know what I'm saying? Instead of always being like, man, why somebody don't, or how come we got it? He was like, no, I am somebody. And I'm going to use the powers within myself to go ahead and do good for the community, which is not something that everybody always does, Gina. Some people,
man, they don't. And
some people,
yeah,
they say stupid stuff, then they get canceled, and they want to come back to the cookout. Even though they was clueless all their life. Now they want to come on back and be redeemed. No, so you can take this. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but your homegirl from Clueless just now realized this whole time she been clueless, and she trying to come back into the community.
The angry, conservative Black woman. And at that time in my life, it was who I was. And I realized in 2016 that anger is unsustainable. and it will destroy you.
No, excuse me. No, young lady. Anger is not what you are. You're an idiot.
You
Because you said a bunch of real stupid stuff, and you thought we was gonna forget. You thought we was gonna forget when you was out there down in black people like
segregation. Then we need to get rid of channels like BET and the BET Awards and the Image Awards, where you're only awarded if you're black. If it were the other way around, we would be up in arms. It's a double standard. Just like there shouldn't be a Black History Month. You know, we're Americans, period. That's it.
Period? That's it? Well, will you sit your period ass down and go somewhere, because we ain't messing with you no more. Period. I mean, yo, Gina, really, really, really. I think it's time for us to ask Stacey Dash. Who do you think you are? Because as far as I recall, she was clueless. Gina, I don't know if you remember her or not, but who the heck even knows Stacey? Ain't she like Damon Dad's cousin or something like that, man? Ain't nobody got time for all this. Talk to me.
It's so much I want to say. And,
please.
Okay, so before you go off on the who do you think you are, I just real quick, let me go in here because y'all, Stacey Dash kills me. I'm so mad at her because for one, you was D on Clueless. You know what I'm saying? You was our black girl that was out there with the leggings and you was hanging with the white folks, you know what I'm saying, still being black. But let me remind you, Stacey, of who had your back all this time, because you've done the most blackest movies possible, like this one. Like,
oh wow!
Girl, if you don't get out of here, this is your movie, ma'am. Wow. If you don't get out, this is your movie, ma'am. If you don't get, this is your movie, ma'am.
Wow!
Ma'am.
Oh my God!
Ma'am.
Oh my God! Keep it coming! Keep it coming!
Let me tell you something. Don't you never say nothing about black folks again in your life. You cannot come over here. You can't come here, Stacey. You can't sit here. Yes, we are going to be the mean girls now and tell you can't sit here. You are in a category with Omarosa. We'll get Rachel. What's Rachel? What's the black girl, the white girl that wanted to be black? We will trade you right now for Rachel with the braids, because we don't even got time for you, Stacey Dash. You was our girl in More Money. You had the green eyes. You was the one that we was like, you know what? She's so pretty, and we're not even gonna hate on her. We're gonna let her be in with us. You not even light skinned. You brown. So we was like, oh my gosh, she brown and she got. And you gonna try to play us when you did a movie called House Arrest, where you had an ankle bracelet on? Girl, you is black. You had an ankle bracelet on in House Arrest. So I'm gonna let you go off on her. But I just wanna just put the camera. Just put the camera. I want to look at you. Stacey. Stacey, you can't sit here, honey. Okay. we didn't gave your seat up. We didn't gave your plate away. You understand me? Your plate is gone. You can't even come to the cookout because you ain't even got no plate. So I'm gonna need you to go back over there and eat that potato salad with the raisins in it. And you just deal with it. Just look at us from the outside looking in, because you ain't in here no more.
I mean, at the end of the day, Stacey, don't forget who launched your career, boo-boo. And now all of a sudden, where Fox and Friends at? Where Tucker Carlson at? Where Bill O'Reilly at? Why they don't just hire you to make another Paper Soldiers or hire you to make another More Money? Why? Because that's not your people. You on your people. And all of a sudden you want to crawl back to us, act like we gonna let you in the fence, boo? Who do you think you are? I'm gonna tell you who you are. This is exactly who you are. You first of all,
you are really dumb, for real.
Ain't no reason in the world for you to come out here talking out your mouth, saying things about black people when we ain't said nothing to you. Next time you open up your mouth, the first thing you should do. Just shut up, shut up, shut up, just shut up, shut up. Because we don't want to hear it, y'all. Why would you even open? Like, ain't nobody asking for this. Don't you realize that they like to use people like you to say things that they want to say, but can't, because they know that when they say it out of a skin like this, that it is perceived the way that it should be. Ain't nothing different from you and the dude who got caught off camera sitting there calling them N-words.
Thank you, diabetes.
You just said it because you have the permission of like you're basically giving them credence. They are speaking through you, using your skin for their benefit. And when they can't use it no more, they will hang you out to dry and leave you out here groveling, trying to come back to the cookout when you can't. The door is closed. You cannot come in. Please leave your mashed potatoes with the raisins and mayonnaise in it at the front doorstep, and we will see you on the way out. I will cancel this from my ring light, and we are not allowing Stacey Dash back into any of it. Now, well, you know what?
No, she would have to do a lot. Like if she wanted to come back, she has to really like learn things of the Black culture. Like she's gonna have to learn how to do box braids. She's gonna have to learn how to neatly glue that lace front down. She's gonna have to be able to clean up in the morning with pine salt and incense. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna have to be able to do a lot of stuff. She have to put sugar in her grits. Like Stacey, you're gonna have to do a lot of stuff to get back in here. And I think the box braids needs to be one of your first lessons. I think when you learn how to do box braids, then you know what I'm saying. But until you learn all the Black techniques, ma'am, you're not in here. And then she try to do, you see her do that little finger bang move, like the little finger bang move. Girl, get out of here. Get out of here with that little finger bang white. We don't even do that. We just get it out of our face. We don't do no little finger bang white. Like, look at her. Just, you still low, girl, get out. Okay, get out. But you can't sit here. So you can go to the Asian community. I don't know if they want you. You can go to the Hispanic community. I don't know if they want you. You can go ahead and go to one of the islands. You can go anywhere else, but they Black too, so they're gonna say no. So you really ain't got no choices, Stacey. So just sit over there, okay, with your more money check, with your tower. Did you see those movies, Vince? Did you see? Did you see the movies that she was in? And she got the nerve to talk about Black people.
Exactly. And Gina, she's sitting there saying there should be no BET. There shouldn't be, like, you know what I'm saying? Like these shows, these movies only aired on BET. They only aired on, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you would not have a career if it wasn't for BET. Let's keep her. And then she tried to get all up about it.
Being a supporter of Trump, you know, has put me in some kind of box that I do not belong in. I don't hate anyone. I don't, you know, I don't know where that comes from. And, well, he's not the president.
Oh, the tears of unfathomable sadness. Yummy, yummy, you guys.
We not falling for it, yo. Don't rip out the tissue all of a sudden, and then you want to sit here and cry us rivers. No, won't you cry? Listen, I don't know. The Caribbean community don't want you. The Asian community, you may as well be an Eskimo, because ain't nobody down here finna take none of that from your ass. And come on, cry me a river, because
your tears are so yummy and sweet.
Next time you want to say something, just shut up. Because
ain't nobody got time for that.
So please, miss me with the BS, Stacey. You are this week. Who do you think you are? I'm done with you.
Stacey didn't get her stimulus. Stacey didn't get her stimulus.
No, she did not.
Stacey is like,
she's too clueless, yo. Please. You are too clueless. Please. So yeah, man. One time for Donald Faison for still being our light-skinned Black representative from Clueless, because I am disowning the Stacey Dash portion of it. That movie is timeless, and I'm digging it. But yo, I can't even watch no more because she makes me sick to my stomach to just be used. Her people like her, Kanye. Oh, are we doing Blackout Tuesday?
I'm blacking out for Stacey Dash. I'm blacking out. This is the end for me. So this is who Stacey Dash wished that she can be. I'm over here kneeling. Y'all don't even see it. I am kneeling. I am Blackout Tuesday, Blackout Monday. She ain't. This is how I feel about Stacey Dash. I'm gonna end this show on this Black ASS screen.
Oh my God!
For her Black ASS.
Look, I can't, bro. Look, you so stupid. I cannot. Yo, listen, Gina.
I'm gone. No, I'm gone. We left.
Gina, who do you think you are? Just gonna black out the screen, man. You should have did that when you was talking about sugar and grits, bro. That's what you should have.
You know what? Don't make me come back. No, you ain't gonna make me come back. No.
Okay, well, don't come back, bro. Don't come back. You be out, man. Well, anyway, guys, I think it's a good time for us to go ahead and since we've spent a little extra time on here anyway, to say peace, make sure you don't forget to check me and the Black Screen Gina on Spotify as usual. Wow. Just go on your phone, scroll down, find Spotify in your apps, type in Melanin Espresso and pat out. There go the episodes, listen to it in your car and all that. And then, just check us out, man. We also have a show next month in Sanford. All right. April 10th at the Women's Theater. Get your tickets now. They will be available. We'll probably post it in the group or whatever. And other stuff going on between now and then.
I'm done. No, I am definitely leaving like this. This is where Stacey needs to be, in the damn dark. Put her in the closet and give her sugar and grits, and she better learn how to box braid.
For those of y'all out there spending that stimulus money, man, please be careful, be cautious, and be responsible with the money. Don't act like you ain't never had money before in your life and just completely blow it all away. All right. You know what I'm saying? And some of this money is meant to catch up on bills and do things like that. So, just try to be responsible. Don't be like CC and be out here.
Got money.
I
got money.
Stay with the name. Well, it's been a great show. Thank you, Desmond, for joining us, man. One time for the homie Desmond for giving us the time, knowledge, and inspiring us to be our better selves. And for right now, man, I just want to say, hey, listen, I've been the boy, the real Vince Taylor.
Yeah, and this is your girl, Gina G, leaving Stacey Dash on Washed Up, Clueless, Paper Soldiers, House Arrest, all the ghetto movies. I'm sorry. This has been Gina G, and I'm blacked out. Stacey, I'm taking a knee. Love y'all.
It's been Melanin Espresso. We'll see y'all next week. And this is Melanin Espresso. Oh, Gina wasn't ready.
Good morning.
Good morning. Like, comment. Please comment. We putting up comments. I got a tattoo on the shoulder too, but I don't want to go through the process of zipping it down. Ching ching, Apple TV. Ching ching, Roku TV. Ching ching, Amazon Fire.